lot of people say that Caitlin Clark moves the needle. That is wrong. She is the needle. She dictates. We all know what she's done on the floor. It's history, right?
I will tell you this straight up. Angel Reese ain't nowhere to be found in the top 10. She's not involved. You're not here.
Caitlin Clark has been the best thing, the most dominant thing to happen to the WNBA ever. Remember, there's been good players come out of college.
What I give, she's got self-awareness. She knows that she's not a very good basketball player. That's why she spends so much time half naked and taking pictures.
Breaking news. Angel Reese just got a reality check, and it's not the fairy tale she imagined. The question now is how long she can truly hang at the professional level. ESPN's 2025 rankings just dropped, and the message couldn't be louder. Reese lands at number 12, while Caitlin Clark cruises in at number 2. That's not a comparison. It's a mismatch, like lining up a tricycle against a supercar. Reese's response? Pure theatrics, the kind you'd expect from a season finale cliffhanger. Total diva energy. Meanwhile, Clark is likely at home adding another trophy to the shelf and mapping out her next triple-double. The distance between them is massive, so wide you could slide the entire WNBA draft class right through it.
You've got ESPN's ranks of WNBA players right now, and Caitlin Clark is really high.
All right, buckle up, because this drama is only heating up. But before we dive in, let me ask you for a quick favor. If you're enjoying this content, take a second to like the video and hit subscribe. Believe it or not, over 98% of viewers watch without subscribing. It doesn't cost you anything, but it helps the channel more than you know. Did you hit that subscribe button? Perfect, thank you. Now, let's get back to it. Here's what's wild. Angel Reese was expected to be the next superstar of the WNBA. The hype was huge, with many people believing she'd take over the league right away. But then ESPN released its 2025 rankings, and Reese didn't even crack the top 10. That's shocking. So what went wrong? Let's break it down.
I will tell you this straight up. Angel Reese ain't nowhere to be found in the top 10. She's not involved. You're not here.
Reese entered the league surrounded by massive hype. Fans were calling her the Bayou Barbie, convinced she'd be impossible to stop. But reality hit fast, and things didn't unfold the way anyone expected. It's like watching a superhero film where the main character suddenly loses their powers. Picture this. Reese struggling to knock down shots, her defense no longer intimidating, and most surprising of all, she isn't even the top player on her own roster. Almost overnight, she went from headlining the show to playing a supporting role. And trust me, it's been a much tougher road than most people realize.
I don't see. Correct me if I'm wrong. Do you see Angel Reese on this list?
Reese is converting shots at a lower rate than some centers who only score right at the rim. And on the defensive end, opponents aren't exactly intimidated. If anything, they see her matchup and think that's a free bucket waiting to happen.
Reese is the most unskilled basketball player in the history of basketball.
And here's where things really get wild. Reese is still talking like she's the league's MVP, but the stats tell a completely different story. Right now, she's nowhere near all-star level. It's almost like she's operating in a totally different reality than everyone else watching the game.
What I give, she's got self-awareness. She knows that she's not a very good basketball player. That's why she spends so much time half naked and taking pictures.
And lo and behold, I couldn't believe my eyes when I seen number 2. They had Caitlin Clark.
You know what's even crazier? Some fans are still defending Reese, saying she just needs time to adjust to the pro level. But that excuse doesn't hold much weight when other rookies are already thriving. At this point, things aren't trending in her favor, and the explanations are starting to feel worn out. The reality is hard to ignore. Reese sits at number 12 in ESPN's 2025 rankings, far lower than anyone imagined when she first entered the league. She went from being hyped as the next LeBron-type figure to looking like just another name on the floor. That's a serious wake-up call, not just for her, but for her supporters too. But hold on, because it gets even more interesting. Someone is ranked way above her, and the comparison isn't even close. We're talking night and day. This is a player who isn't merely meeting expectations. She's completely blowing past them. Curious who it is? Let's get into that. Remember when I mentioned someone smashing the hype? That player is Caitlin Clark. And she's not just delivering, she's redefining what greatness looks like. What she's doing in the WNBA right now is almost unbelievable. Honestly, you can't help but laugh when you look at the rankings, because it feels like she's competing in an entirely different league. Let's talk about Clark's game. She's not just good, she's rewriting the record books. In a recent matchup, she dropped 13 assists. That's not just impressive for a rookie, that's an all-time franchise record for the Indiana Fever.
Caitlin Clark has been the best thing, the most dominant thing to happen to the WNBA ever. Remember, there's been good players come out of college.
Oh, and did I mention she also poured in 17 points in that same game? At this point, it feels like she's playing with cheat codes turned on. And what's even more incredible, Clark isn't just taking over on the floor, she's reshaping the entire WNBA. Picture this. Her games are regularly drawing more than 2 million viewers. That's a level of attention the league hasn't seen since 2008. It's like she has a magic touch, turning every matchup into must-watch television.
And so we have that moment with these two. But the one thing I know about sports, you need rivalry. That's what makes people watch. They want to watch games of consequence between rivals.
How she was contributing to winning, and then going off the viewership and all that. Oh, yeah, for sure. I think Caitlin should have.
Let's rewind to the draft for a moment. The WNBA draft featuring Clark drew an unbelievable 2.45 million viewers. That's not a slight increase. That number completely obliterated the old record of around 600,000 viewers set back in 2004. Clark isn't just boosting interest in women's basketball anymore. She is the driving force behind it.
A lot of people say that Caitlin Clark moves the needle. That is wrong. She is the needle. She dictates. We all know what she's done on the floor. It's history, right?
And here's where things really go crazy. The Indiana Fever, Clark's team, has suddenly become the hottest ticket in the league. They've appeared in all 5 of the most-watched WNBA games this season. It's like Clark showed up and reminded everyone that the Fever even exist. But there's more. What truly separates Clark from other rookies isn't just one standout skill. It's everything she brings to the floor. She's not only a scorer or just a facilitator. She scores, rebounds, creates plays, and controls the game like someone who's been doing this for years. Watching her is like seeing a basketball Swiss Army knife in real time. So let's bring this home. Angel Reese brings energy. She brings attitude. She'll battle on the boards and give you effort every night, and that matters. But when you put Reese and Caitlin Clark side by side right now, the difference is undeniable. Reese talks about winning and says that's why she came to Chicago. Clark? She's not just winning games, she's changing the entire game itself.
reason they decide to get themselves involved, whether it is actually malintent or maybe they just want to get themselves in the headline. A lot of players got the spotlight this season because of Caitlin Clark.
Here's the wild part. Clark's games are drawing viewers like it's the NBA Finals. We're talking numbers the WNBA hasn't seen since 2008. And she's not just putting up points. She recently racked up 13 assists in a single game, setting a franchise record. So what do you think? Is Clark truly on another level, or is Reese just getting a rough shake from the hype and expectations?
That even when she's on the basketball court, she's aware like, this ain't really my thing.
WNBA has been around a couple of decades, and people didn't notice the game. They're noticing it now. Well, that's because of Caitlin Clark.
Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. With these two in the league, buckle up. We're in for more drama than any soap opera could deliver.